How do you tell if someone is attracted to you or just being very friendly?
Usually the realization comes 10 years later when you are trying to fall asleep.
Depends on where you live. Here in England, being anything other than cold and aloof is seen as basically throwing yourself at someone.
If you get an arranged marriage, it's a 50-50.
Step 1. Cut a hole in a box.
If they act the exact same way with other people, you're out of luck.
Ask them.
You don't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is.
As my dear old dad used to say, women who work for tips are not flirting with you.
Flirt a little and assess reaction. If they react anything less than politely, then that's a no. If they respond by blushing or they flirt back, gradually escalate. Then straight up ask, I like you. Can I interest you in coffee, date, dinner, etc.? I guess asking is really the only way to know.
Easiest way, ask them out on a few dates, have sex with them, start a relationship, take them out some more, go to fancy dinners and parties, take them on holiday and stuff like that. Then, after you've tried that for a few years, ask them if they want to marry you. If they say yes, they're probably interested.
For me, I flat out told him that I liked him, and if he asked me out I would say yes. He said thanks and never asked me out or responded in any way that he liked me back. Bummer. A few months later we kissed. He was like, so, you like me? I should have smacked him upside the head. Apparently he thought I just said that to him to be nice. Oh, that's easy, no one is ever attracted to me.
Simple. You just say, oi, are you attracted to me or just being friendly? The fastest route between 2 points is a straight line. The friendly, honest approach has worked for me. You seem really nice, someone I'd like to go out with, if you'd like that too. If they're already spoken for or disinterested, they'll let you know. Either way, I've noticed that they seem to appreciate the attention, if they sense you're being sincere.
Assume attraction and ask them out. If they say no, you get your answer. If they say yes, you get a date.
If they ask you to take off your clothes, chances are they're just being friendly. I love how like no one in this thread knows. I came here to help me identify clues. Damn it Reddit, lol.
Assuming the person is single or trifling. You ask to see that person again in a different context and the negotiation for available time and date is quick and mutually complete. No, just friends overtone about it. Thursday at 8? Not available. Not into you. Thursday at 8? Not available, but what about Friday at 9? Else. Look for physicality, proximity, and eye contact when totally unnecessary. Jealousy or defeat, it's subtle when interacting with someone else of the interested person's gender. Caveat all this with me being terrible about noticing it. My wife points this out to me when we're in public. Once I see it, it's obvious, but until then it's a mystery to me.
Really, with some people you cannot tell. I knew a girl who was super friendly with me, I got interested, and then a few weeks around her I saw this was how she treated every guy. Smiles, oh stop it you. Flirting. I wasn't special here. I moved on. I knew a girl who friendly with everyone. We sat down at a birthday party and talked non-stop for 3 hours. She was friendly with people, but I hadn't seen her do this before. I got her number and called her, we talked until my phone died. Our 10th wedding anniversary was about 6 weeks ago. Our oldest kid turned 7 in a few months.
I've noticed women that have been interested in me, have started a random conversation with me, like asking advice about something. If a woman compliments you on something, could be your eyes, or your jacket, or pretty much anything, that might be a clue. Women play with hair, or adjust it more, making more than usual eye contact. Also, if you are sitting next to them, and their knees are pointing a bit towards you, that is a sign. As well, if they get under a table and start giving you head, also a clue. The eyes Chico, always the eyes.
Flirting's basically a dumb game of chicken with gradual escalation, or just ask if they haven't, so, usually pretty obvious.
No, the stripper is not attracted to you.
When she asked me out, I was skeptical. When we slept together, more likely, but can't be too sure. When we got married, I'm pretty sure she likes me.
By reading someone's comment on Reddit about how they missed all the signs and then you realize that the same thing happened to you and now you lie there contemplating your life.
Well, you can't ever really know, like even if she sleeps with you, she might just be Canadian, so honestly you shouldn't get your hopes up and you better keep looking and wondering.
You give it a shot, and if they reject your advances, you stop giving it a shot.
If they're a cashier, waiter, clerk etc., don't get your hopes up.
I was once called into HR for allegedly flirting with an employee not part of my own team. Her proof? I was always friendly, offered her milk to go with her coffee, and worst of all, once at an after work, I bought a round of drinks for everyone, her included. The head of HR was a bit puzzled about the whole situation, and asked her what would she then suggest we do to resolve the situation, and she requested that I would stop being friendly to her, and just leave her be. This poor woman just could not accept that I was being friendly. Someone tells you years later.
If she says WTF stepbro, you were wrong.
I automatically assume people are being friendly. It's habit. Edit. Geez, didn't expect to wake up with 50+ replies in my inbox in result to self-deprecation. But I think I should clarify some things. I'm aromantic now after struggling with feelings towards romance in general for a bit, but before I discovered what aromanticism was, I just assumed people were being friendly because I was, and still am, too unattractive. Flirting wasn't my strong suit either, and I had a terrible track record with guys, one who was an autistic furry liar, and the other who was an autistic, unhygienic, clueless dude. Plus I can't commit to a relationship. Depression. Though a guy the first no apparently has a crush on me, and from our interactions I just assumed he was being friendly. Imagine my surprise when his mom told me he was crushing on me. I never would have known otherwise. Edit 2. Okay, one more edit. I realize that not all autistic guys and furry guys are bad BFs, y'all do you. This was just a case of bad luck for me. Said guy who has a crush on me also has autism and he's a really kind-hearted dude beneath his frowny exterior. Hygienic too.
You don't. One person's just being friendly is another's take me to a hotel and fuck me right now.
Pro tip, you'll never know if you don't ask.
She was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. This much is true.
As a woman who is very friendly and has had some misunderstandings because of this, here's what I notice is different when I'm flirting versus being friendly. If I'm interested in someone, I will laugh, sort of leaning into them. When I'm not, my laughs are more, throw your head back away from whomever I'm talking to. Relatedly, if I'm flirting, I'll find ways to make casual physical contact. Like kind of lay my hand on their forearm when laughing or stand a bit closer so our shoulders touch. If I'm just friendly with a guy, the first make very certain not to physically touch anywhere. If I'm making friends with a new guy, I'll very pointedly suggest we do things with a group. If I'm flirting, I'll suggest something that has the potential for us to be alone together. If I'm attracted to a guy, I often find myself posing. Like, I think, hope, it's subtle, but I'll tilt my head or readjust my hair into positions I know are more flattering. Hope this helps. I'm sure there are other things that I haven't thought of.
It's not always easy. With my fiancée, when we started hanging out, I would convince myself she liked me and then talk myself out of it. I would walk her home and she'd give me a really awkward friend hug, then run inside, leaving me feeling like I'd misread the signals completely. This went on for about 3 weeks before we finally kissed at a party. I asked her about it afterwards and it turns out she was doing the same thing. 7 years and a proposal later, I think she might have a crush on me, guys.
By how they look at you or act around you versus other people.
When I met my last girlfriend, our eyes met across a crowded dance floor. She rolled her eyes at me, so I picked them up and rolled them back.
You ask them if they're from Canada, if not then you got yourself a new boo, hooray.
Do they ever initiate the friendliness? Responding to someone else's kindness is a lot different than initiating it. But even still, the only sure way to know is to ask.
Consider subscribing.